Hello, I'm Akito9323, and again I apologise to anyone who watches these videos about the frequency in which I'm actually recording. Yeah, hooray for the world. So today I wanted to talk about, well, it's again a topic on Digimon vs Pokemon. A lot of things that I've seen in that is that people in games specifically, sorry for the glare in my glasses, I'll try to look down and that. I would remove my glasses, but then I can't see for anything. Right. So, the thing I want to talk about with Pokemon games and Digimon games specifically is when you're playing on a Digimon game, it's much harder to make the team that you want, specifically because with Pokemon games, right, there are cheats for them. I mean, there are cheats for pretty much any games, but it's much harder to cheat on Digimon games because, in a way, it's kind of, well, boring to. You just don't feel the same kind of fulfillment as you would when you're cheating a Pokemon game, because some Pokemon are ridiculously hard to get, and that's a really annoying thing. So, what I've noticed though is that a lot of people, when it comes to Pokemon games, they always go on about IVs and EVs and stuff like that, and I just don't see the point in them. Making a system like that some Pokemon are stronger than others from when they're hatched is, well, I mean, sure, it's kind of like selective breeding in some ways. It probably is a lot like it, really, to be honest, but it doesn't really fit a Pokemon game where people aren't really going to understand the concept of it. For mostly the age group that it's set for. The older players, however, I remember one time when I was actually still playing Pokemon. I've not picked up a Pokemon game in probably half a year now. A long time. I literally have stopped playing Pokemon. It's really just, well, bored me. Uh, I had a Metagross that I had from Pokemon Ruby, and I moved it all the way through the so forth games, and it's now on the latest game, well, so far out, which is Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's on the, I think it's Omega, yeah, it's Omega Ruby it's on. And on on it, I was challenged by a guy to a one-on-one because he was talking about his Umbreon being amazingly powerful, can't be beat. And I just used my Metagross. Didn't even have the Mega Evolution item on it, and it just took the one fighting type move that I had on it, and it immediately defeated this Umbreon. I checked his EVs later on, and I think it only had like one in like special defense, and I have no idea about IVs. I mean EVs, IVs. That was what I was just on about. EVs. I just don't know really, to be honest. I don't really feel that it makes them any better. To be honest, really just hatching a Pokemon that you want and just using it is really how to make the game more fun. I mean, I've seen people doing things like Nuzlocke or trying to beat the Elite Four with a Magikarp. Yeah, I mean, sure, that makes the game a bit harder, but I just don't understand why you even want to try. To be honest, just really don't want to try. I mean, if you're going to try with a Magikarp, you might as well try the Feebas as well. I mean, they're essentially the two worst water Pokemon that exist. Except what turns to a big giant I don't really know what to call it, a sea monster, and the other one turns into the only Pokemon I actually ever used in a contest on a game, except for Anorith. That's an amazing Pokemon to use in a cute contest, I think it was. Hooray for the originals. But with Digimon games, it's slightly more interesting. There's a bit more to the storyline, as you would say, really. With Pokemon, you're essentially, you're a kid. You go around the region, the entire country that you're in, or more, depending on on the game you're playing, and you, well, capture Pokemon, beat gym leaders, and become the best Pokemon master. I mean, that's pretty much it. With Digimon games, you're essentially the protagonist that's got to become that's forcibly made to become the only person that can fight in the game. A good example of that is when you're playing Digimon World Dusk and Dawn, or Digimon World DS. With Digimon World Dusk and Dawn, you're essentially a member of either side. You're either a girl or you're a boy. You don't really get much of a choice in which one you are, depending on the game. But I kind of like that. It forcibly chooses what you are, but it's essentially a role-playing game, so not much you can really do. You play the game, and it just has a long storyline to it. It makes it more fun. There's also a little more to the actual character depth. You don't get much in the depth of learning about your character, except for the fact that you learn that he's the son of a gym leader in Ruby, or you don't really know much about your character in a Pokemon game. In Digimon, it kind of tries to focus around your character and show you stuff. Like in the newest of Digimon games that's come out, Cyber Sleuth, you start off talking to your friends, then you and two others that actually grew a pair and went to the meeting place, find out that I'm not really going to spoil it, but either way, when you go through the storyline, it starts setting to certain points from the beginning of the game onwards that you learn about your character, that everything that's happened is happening for a reason, that kind of thing. It's got a really good in-depth part to the backstory. You're not just a character thrown into a world and expected to become the best. You're forcibly made to be the only person that can fight, and you have to become the hero. And to do so, you need powerful allies to do that. And you also get the little comedy parts where you got caught in between a few little things, and you also do get a few fun little missions as well, which stops you having an event. Instead of having to go around beating everything up, you do get a few little fun things which make you laugh. It makes the games really enjoyable. I enjoy the games. I think other people would if they gave them a chance. I mean, so a lot of people say that they didn't do very well when it came to games with Digimon, but one of the games in particular, one of the first few games in that, which I don't think ever had an American or English release, has Ken in it, or most people know him, the Digimon Emperor, as a kid. You know when you see on the second season, you see him go into the computer with his Digivice. Well, he goes in with a Digivice, and this is pretty much what happens to him while he's in the digital world. This is what this game's about. And the character from Season 3, Ren, I think his name is, either way, the guy with Cyberdramon, is, he's the, help guy that you get. You're there with Wormmon, and he's there with Monodramon, I think it is, or something like that. I'm not actually sure, I've never played the game with that, I just read a little bit about it. But it kind of, it's quite funny because it actually, a lot of people always wonder, especially me, and I was wondered, what did he do in the digital world? Well, this game literally explains it for you. play through what he did. With a little extra part of it being a game, so you could screw up massively and get stuck somewhere or whatever. Hurrah. I think they did well. I mean, the only thing that Digimon actually didn't do well in is probably card games. Now, even now, Pokemon trading card games still running strong. But the Digimon card game, I haven't seen heads or tails of it in ages. Like, not a thing. Like, I still have a Myotismon card from the original first lot of the cards, but nothing else. It might still be around in Japan, but that's all I know. If I was to honestly say between the two different types of game, I would probably say that Digimon has the better storyline, more excitement, and so forth like that. But also, a neat little thing that they do have is that the Digimon don't have set lines. I mean, they do, but you don't have to follow them. Like, you could start off with an in-training Digimon in some of the games, and you could either have the choice of just one. You could start off with a baby or an in-training. I mean, they kind of mix the two of them at some point, and then into another one, and you've either got a choice of two or just one, depending on the Digimon that you start off as a baby. And then you could have a choice with one of the in-training. You could have 3, maybe 4 rookie levels you could become, while the other one could only have 2 or 3. You've got a lot of choice, and not only that, they individually have their own different lines and that. One might go to a line that stops at ultimate level, one might only finish at champion, one might not even be able to go past rookie level, which means you have to digivolve back just to go forward again. It just gives you that whole part of like extra bit of hardness. It's like, oh, I want to, the difficulty actually is not hardness. I want to go this way, I want to go this route. Oh, I can't go any further than ultimate. Okay, I'm going to have to digivolve back, and again, back to rookie level. Or if it's a champion level that branches off, back to champion level. And then go up like the next one, and then follow the line from that. And you might have a choice of 2 megas after that. And of course it won't really matter. But one of them could have an extra form if you fused it with another Digimon. And so forth like that. You get this sort of part for it that... yeah, there's a bit more to it. Not only that, they didn't really work too hard with types. Well, they do have types, but they also have an extra advantage. Like, with Pokemon, you have an advantage only in type. But they have a choice of either vaccine, virus, or data, and one defeats the other. So you always have like an advantage or a disadvantage with one of them. And yet an extra advantage with one of them if they have a type advantage as well. So you could have a virus fighting against a vaccine, and your vaccine type could be a plant type. It's weak against wind attribute Digimon. A wind attribute Digimon would, that's a virus type, would then still have a bit more of an advantage, even though the vaccine has an advantage being a vaccine or a virus. You've got a whole part in that where you've got to keep an eye out for it. The only other part about it that I find annoying is with the new Digimon game, and that is people try and go for the Digimon that have the annoying abilities. For 3 people in a row, like one after the other, and each one had Lilithmon. This was only recently because I kind of didn't want to get any of the Demon Lords or anything like that. Well, I mean, I kind of did, but I mean, I didn't really want to battle. And then when the new lot came out, I thought, you know what, screw it. I think I might do a little bit of fighting to see how long the teams come along. And I just challenged like 3 individual people, and each one had a Lilithmon. I mean, I killed it easily, but it somehow got me with it had one attack before I could properly like kill it, and it screwed over one of my Digimon, my best, which was irritating because I didn't have a Digimon with an ability that had an anti of it, so I couldn't fight against this ability, and I was like, oh my god. I beat one of them, got beaten by the other two on that, because this other guy brought out a second Lilithmon, who was like the third guy I fight against, and I was like, why? I mean, I took ages just getting one Lilithmon, because I had to Digivolve, de-Digivolve, Digivolve, de-Digivolve, just to get specific parts in that. I mean, the ABI, you've got to have 80, and the CAM, it doesn't really matter, but the ABI essentially only goes up when you Digivolve. And sometimes it goes up really low and that, so you might get up to Mega and it might only be up to like 40 or 50, and you have to de-Digivolve it, just to re-Digivolve it a couple of times just to get it to 80, just so you can get one of the Demon Lords or one of the higher Digimon. And that's really annoying, that is really annoying. It's fun though, it's fun when you get to train up the Digimon and that, and you get some of the funny parts. But then people started making like cheat things and stuff like that, or not cheat things, but like quick little guides to... Like you can get a Digimon that's called, I think it's Platinum Numamon. Yeah, I think it is. With Platinum Numamon, if you have this thing called a Tactician USB and you give it them, and it's got 3 slots and give it each one of them, Platinum Numamon's ability is that it increases the amount of experience you get in battle. So if you have it as you start one of your actual fighting members, or 3 of them, as you could have, and then have each one holding 3 Tactician USBs, which makes 9 in total, and they're really hard to get until you've actually gotten one, which you got this weird dude wearing a V-shaped hat. Some random point in the game. You get screwed over so badly, because the amount of experience you get is massive. You might get like 4,000 experience with a normal Digimon or something like that, or maybe 6,000 experience with a normal Digimon with the items equipped with 3 of them. But then you get into Platinum Numamon with 3 of them, and you fight, and I just don't get it. It's so weird that they have such an advantage, that you get so much experience from it. I was getting over 12k each time. Further I go along, fight more bigger, more powerful Digimon, more experience that you get off of them, you get so much more. And it's like, what the hell am I seeing here? I mean, like, what? How? It confuses me, because all I'm seeing is somebody like using 3 Platinum Numamon, barely getting past the fight, and then getting so much experience. And I'm thinking, what the hell? I mean, I tried it one time, and I accidentally ended up fighting a boss guy instead of fighting an actual Digimon, because I forgot I'd use one of the abilities, and you don't fight anybody. And I got so much experience. I got level 1 to level 57. 57? That's 56 levels. Right there. Sure, you only get to go to level 99. You don't go to level 100, because who would? Who would want a level 100 of anything? That's stupid. To put it down to level 99, because it makes it sound a lot better, you know, like 99%, and then on to the next form. Which I think it's like that, but either way, if it was like that, I find that's pretty cool. And, oh my god, I was like, wow, 56 levels for a Mega. And I'm like, it takes me forever to get that many levels normally. And now that Digimon's almost level 99 in itself, and it'll go on to becoming an even bigger Digimon, probably, because what Digimon it is, it has a extra form. Hurrah. Either way, I enjoy the Digimon games more than I ever enjoy the Pokemon games, because you can actually, even on the Digimon games, change the difficulty. Like, even on Cyber Sleuth, you can change the difficulty, make things much harder. It's like, wow. Like, you could fight a boss Poyomon in one of the early missions, and that thing could take out your Omega levels. Oh man, that's hilarious. Like, seriously, it takes so long to fight the ones on hard. Like, I forgot I was on hard mode on one of the playthroughs on it. I was wondering why it was so hard for me to get past some of these things. And then I realised when I looked at the settings, I was like, oh yeah. I forgot, because I took a break for like 4 days, because I completed it within like the first 2 and then played it again, started again. And this was while I was still able to get the things. Now I've done 3 playthroughs of it. Well, I'm on the 3rd, I should say, and I've had the thing that you get for it, that was only during the entire month, which was only supposed to be for the first day, but they changed it, and I've got it 3 times. It's like, that's like a major extra boost that I've got compared to other people that may have only been like playing it bit by bit and have only just maybe completed it once or maybe done it twice. You don't really get very many items by it, but I mean, I have 3 black, well, actually only one Joie, 2 black Agumon, 2 black Garurumon, and 9 of the special Agumon that you get. 3 of each of the costumes, male, female, and tie, which is quite funny. I do like the Digimon games a lot more than I like the Pokemon games. Whoever said the Pokemon games were better than the Digimon games, except for the trading card game, I will allow that one, is an idiot. Because there is no difficulty to the Pokemon ones. It's just one difficulty. That's it. With the Digimon ones, you can actually change the difficulty if you want, because they have more settings. It's more like a computer game than an actual game. Like if you're living someone's life and that, it really adds to it, to be honest. And I think a lot of people are like saying, oh, Pokemon will always be better. Pokemon will always, in people's minds, look to be better, only for one reason only. And that's because they actually did better in the sales of games, and of course there's a very lack of games when it comes to Digimon. And because of that, a lot of people are like, oh, Pokemon games, oh, Pokemon trading cards, oh, Pokemon series, and they're constantly watching it. You rarely see, I mean, I don't think there are any more Digimon series being played anymore on television. And if there are, well, I can't watch all on the internet, so hurrah. Because I don't have a TV, hurrah for that. I think if the Digimon card game had been a bit better than it was at the time, and they maybe tried to work a bit better on the games, I thought, like they did with Pokemon, not make it like Pokemon, but I mean just like have something a bit better, something close. I mean, I'm still annoyed that Pokemon took on like these mega evolutions and that, and it's like, why? That is definitely taken from Digimon, for Christ's sake, just looking at it. You know what, I know what I'm doing for my next video. I'm doing a Mega Form versus Mega fight, about which would be better. I'm definitely doing that. Right, I think we're going to end it this video so it's not too long. This is Akito9323 signing out. Goodbye.